What's up, everybody? Appreciate you guys for joining us for yet another one. I think Danny gonna log in a minute and come in here with us. First of all, let me say, guys, hope everybody had a Merry Christmas. Hope all the kids got what they wanted. Houses are happy. So we're still here breathing, so thank God for that. Now, guys, you read the title, Reaction to a Angry Caller Viewer about the Travis Hunter situation. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna share some of these messages with you guys, and they're also in the comments, so you can go by there and to the comments and read them also if you want to. So let's see here. All right, so you guys know the last show we was me and Danny was speaking about Travis Hunter. What's up, Big D?
What's up, man?
Man, not too much, man. So you guys remember the last podcast we was talking about Travis Hunter and just trying to give Travis Hunter some advice from our standpoint of view. And so I got a person who did send about 10 comments in, and to say the least, she wasn't too happy with me and Danny for some reason. She said that we was like trashing Travis Hunter, and so I'm not going to say her name on here. You can see it in the comment section of that video. But I guess, man, what I would say to that is, please go back and look at the whole video, because we never once trashed Travis Hunter. Not one time did we do that. Dan, have you read over some of those comments?
I did, and I sat back and I thought about it, and I didn't want to, so I look at things many different ways, and I try to always be the the voice of reason. Yeah, just to try to, see everybody's point of view.
Right.
And I listened to, and I read what she said, and then I read what you replied, and then I read her reply back, and then I got to a point where it's like, okay, it gets to a point where, I do understand, and if this person, again, we're not going to say her name, but if this person, who I'm talking to, if you are just sitting back trying to troll something, okay, we're not going to entertain that.
Right.
Trolling is what people do just to sit back and they get behind the keyboard and they just turn around and try to argue a point and try to say their points. And I sat back and I looked at her comments, and it was just like she kept going back over the same thing. And if you look in our video, there was not one time where we sat back and trashed what he's doing. Even I specifically said it. You said it, and you acknowledged me on it. It was like, hey, man, do what you got to do. Be happy and everything like that. Everybody wants to give you advice.
Right.
So we didn't come in and try to be like anybody else saying, well, you know what, you got to just drop her. Right. You got to do this, you got to do that. No, we're giving you advice on what we're giving Travis Hunter advice on what we would suggest he would do so he wouldn't fall into certain traps. But again, I even gave the point where it's like, you know what? We're sitting back looking at some videos, and there's no timestamps on any of the videos. So we can't sit back and say, oh, yeah, she did that yesterday. She did that 5 days ago. She did it 10 days ago. Everybody else is saying, oh, she did this. And then somebody can sit back and say, hey, well, she was just over my house just 5 days ago. Or she was just over my house last year. And they were together 5 years. People bait things, when they sit back and they want to make themselves feel more important. So they bait things. We're not baiting anything here. We're giving you objective opinions and saying, hey, this is not what a woman, and from our point of view, a woman that is sitting back wants to be there for you and wants to be there. She's not going to put herself above what is about to bring the bread home. Mm-hmm. He's going to be the breadwinner. He's about to bring him, multi-million-dollar contracts and everything that he's doing. So she is not going to turn around and sit back and be like, well, my life is more important and I'm just going to do what I want to do. That's not a woman that's going to sit back and do that if they know that this man is going to be the breadwinner.
Right.
Okay. You're going to sit back and be like, hey, I'm going to take care of home and I'm going to fix what I got to fix. So if we said that specifically, and then this person comes on here and says, y'all don't know this, y'all don't know that. There's a lot of things that we, as men know what to do as men. We are men. We have sitting, I have a wife, you have your girl, and it's like we know from experience and from what we've gone through. Okay. Right. And I mean, this woman doesn't know a lot of things, but hey, I had a contract with Adidas back in 1991 and 92. I had a contract. So I know what you're talking about. No, it ain't no multi-million-dollar contract. It was way back then, and I wasn't no super professional athlete. I just turned around and I qualified, while I was running track, and I gained a contract.
Right.
So yeah, I sit back and I know what people with contracts, and I know what they're going to expect of you, and I know what they're going to ask, and they don't want the drama. They don't want all that mess. Mm-hmm. That's what they're doing when they're giving when they're going to give these young kids a contract. Right. They want you to straighten your life out.
Right.
And these girls, if they know about money and if they know about these things and that's what they're doing, that they know they're not going to do this kind of mess. So if they spent, and this is the one thing that I said, and where I can tell that the woman that sat back and said something to us was like she didn't pay attention to the videos because I said this. If this is something that just like Travis said, hey, why don't y'all get a life? Why don't y'all get a girl and leave mine alone? Mm-hmm. He's like, hey, they might have already squashed this. This could have been something that happened over the years. It could have been something that happened in the beginning. Speaking about she wasn't into him and everything like that. That was the beginning of the relationship.
Right.
As time goes on, as you get to know someone, a lot of things change. We're not stupid. We don't sit back and say that the life didn't change. They might have straightened their relationship out. I don't know. Right. I don't know this because I didn't see enough evidence to say that it did. But I'm going off of the evidence that keeps on dropping and dropping and dropping. And she, I'm thinking that she didn't do what she needs to do to squash everything. So that's where it's like, hey, be watchful, be mindful, just like everybody else told him. But at the same token, we also said, Travis, it's your life, man.
Right.
Do what you got to do. We're giving you advice. Yeah. So to the young lady that sat back and said, hey, y'all don't know what you're talking about. Y'all don't know. No, we do know what we're talking about.
Right.
We're giving advice. We didn't attack him. We didn't go after him and say that, we're going to do this. Right. So, and this is the thing that I want to put out to everyone. Hey, I love, hey, we're doing this. We want you to give comments. We want you to say we want you to give your opinion. We want to address it. And when we address it, we're, just like we told you from the jump, we're going to give you the truth, the absolute truth, and nothing but the truth. Okay? So we're giving this to you. And if you're going to sit back and when you responded to her and you gave her that truth and we're like, hey, look over the video again. You didn't look at, I mean, it's clear to me. She did not look the whole video over.
Right.
She missed a whole bunch of points.
Right.
So if you're going to sit back and just miss points and you just want to argue, I'm sorry. That's not what we're about. We're about, talking, we want everyone to present their opinion. We bring people onto the show to say, hey, we want you to talk about it too. Right. We want to know what you feel and how you feel about it. We want to know that. But we're not going to sit back and just go, I'm sorry. If you're a troller, we ain't going to entertain you.
Right.
I'm sorry.
Right.
That's not going to happen. So,
man, let me say this. Marlo and Danny, the engine that drives us is you, our audience, our viewers, our subscribers. So, with that being said, we have an obligation to respond to our viewers, to our subscribers if they send us in questions. We have an obligation to respond to that. Because after all, like I'm going to say it one more time, this show goes nowhere without you guys. So why wouldn't we respond to some questions? So listen, I'm just gonna give you guys a few of these replies from this person, and just you can jump in the comments and just tell me what you guys think about it. All right. First comment, she said, "You guys have different problems than Travis Hunter will ever have. Laugh out loud." Okay. My reply to her, laugh out.
See my face?
Yeah, laugh out loud. You are so right. But as a man, we have all been there with a woman at some point. So as a man, why would I not say what is obvious? But at the end of the day, it's up to him. I'm going to say it again. I said, at the end of the day, it's up to him. We are just doing what people do. Talk about stuff, nothing more, nothing less. And thank you for your feedback. And as always, you can come on to the to the podcast to talk about it if you would like to. All right. Nothing but good vibes over this way. So this is where it started getting kind of this is her reply to me.
And this is where I was like, okay, you started trolling.
Yeah, she said, "Have good vibes. Your vibes are trashing a kid who hasn't even turned 21 yet. I don't pull down with my punches. I uplift." Now, ma'am, if you truly looked at the video,
please tell me where we trashed him. Please tell me where we're sitting back and, we gave him advice and we said, look, it's up to Travis to do what he's going to do with this situation.
Right.
This is where it's like we've already addressed this to you. Why are you sitting back saying, hey, you came back and you repeated? That's where I was like, okay, she's trolling.
So I'm not going to go through. I'm going to go through one more from her and one more from me. This is almost at the end. But like I said, you guys can go into the comments and read all of them yourself. They're still there. Good comments or bad comments. We don't take them down. Okay, just go. You feel free to go in and read them. So this is her next to last text. Says, 21 is an adult. You're wrong about his money. If apparently your favorite word, he wasn't a star, you wouldn't care less like an auntie would. Whatever she said. Like I said, him being 21 years old. So basically, people don't need to be giving him advice, is what she's saying. So my final reply to her, Danny, was, well, that certainly says a lot. I'm glad my mother didn't stop giving me advice at 21. But you have a Merry Christmas and stay cool. Like I said, guys, it's plenty more messages than that from her in there. Go to the comments in that video and check them out. You can reply to them or to me, her, or whatever you want to do, but just check them out. But like Danny was saying, we never trashed Travis Hunter, not one time. I got specifically on here and was talking to him about stuff that I've experienced. When I was 22 years old, had this money, and whatever. I've been there. I've had it done to me. I will never say something that give you advice on something that I haven't been through myself. You can believe that.
Exactly.
Did I have money like Travis Hunter is about to have? Hell no. But I maybe been a doggone George Jefferson back in the day like that. you know what I'm saying, Danny? But no.
Yeah, and that's where it's like that's where I came in and said, hey, you know what? I was a high school athlete, high school track runner, high school track star. I'm not going to say I wasn't just a runner. I was a track star. I won the nationals. I went to college. I won the conference. Okay, so then I turn around and I got sponsorships. And yes, I'm not gonna sit back and act like there wasn't women throwing themselves at me.
Right.
While I was in college, they were throwing themselves. I was meeting. I met girls that were just out. They were just coming to me, with the hopes that I was gonna do something with my track career,
Yeah.
and they wanted to have something. So yes, you can't sit back and say we don't know what we're talking about. We're sitting back and we're giving you our experiences. So, we're not knocking your experience, ma'am.
Right.
We're giving you our experience. And again, you said your point, but I do feel that you did not watch the whole video. You did not look at it. You look at this, and again, I'm not gonna sit back and I didn't give her a response.
Right.
You gave enough of a response. There is no. I'm not gonna. If one of us gives a response, there is no reason to go on the attack.
Exactly.
So I'm not gonna attack
Exactly.
you. I said what I'm saying
Right.
here is that again, this show is not gonna go on unless you people get out there and start talking to us and give us something to talk about. So she gave us something to talk about. We're here talking about it,
Right.
just like we promised you. We're going to say something. We're going to give you our talk.
Right.
But at the same time, it's like, unless a debate brings about a good change for people, it becomes a waste of time.
Right.
And we talked about this, and I gave Marla my opinion in regards to her, and it was like, hey, to me, when I'm very simple. You go biblical, however you want it. Mom said,
Right.
how my parents told me, it's like when you turn around and you say your point, and somebody still wants to argue, okay. I'm sorry, I'm not going to argue with the fool.
That's not right. That's not what we do over here. When I started this podcast, we started this podcast to be totally different from all that other drama going on out there. The gangs, the killings, the trials, the P Diddy, the Jay-Z's. We want to do something different and give you guys something different to come to come check out and listen to. When you're just sitting down chilling with nothing else to do. We not only come with our own subjects. We want you guys to call to message us, get in touch with us, and to let us know what's on your minds, and we can talk about that also. As if you don't have a platform, and if you want to come on our platform to talk about it, you are more than welcome to do that. You are more than welcome.
Yes, we welcome you.
Now let me say this one more thing, man. Again, because she has said something about this twice. When I say I've been there and I've done that in my 20s. I've went, early 20s, early 30s. I've went through it 2 or 3 times. But fortunately, when I met LC, I didn't have to worry about going through that no more. But I lived to experience before, because you got to go through something in order to get to somewhere. You understand what I'm saying? And it was all a learning experience for me. So with that being said, no, ma'am, we don't trash people here. But if you're doing something like when I said that the girl was in the strip clubs with other dudes and his videos in there, well, ma'am, that's just the truth.
That's the facts that she did.
It's just the truth. We're not gonna lie and make up nothing on nobody. That is not how we move around here. But we will say it if it's the truth. We'll report it. If it ain't, we're not gonna report it. If we get something wrong, we're both of us are two men enough to come back on here and say, "Hey, listen, guys, we was wrong about such and such."
Yep.
Okay, that's what kind of the guys that you're dealing with right here. So yeah, so we wanted to respond to the young lady on the messages. Like I said, if you guys want to go in and look at the message and read them yourself, whatever, they're in the comment section from that video about Travis Hunter. I invite you guys to go in and check it out. If you think that me and Danny said something to trash Travis Hunter, please let us know. Okay.
Yes, please.
Please, because we never say we know everything, because we don't. Okay, but we try to come with more facts, truth, as 100% of the time, and even with that, we get things wrong too. So if you see something where you think we're wrong about, don't hesitate to ask us about it, because we're going to respond to it. What else you got, Danny?
That was it.
What time is it over there in Japan?
It is 3:49 in the morning.
Man, what you doing up at 3:49?
I told you, man. My wife, she ain't got to work for the rest of the year. I ain't working for the rest of the year.
Right. Right.
So it's like we're up because we we're getting ready to do the tradition, part of the tradition of the Japanese New Year, as well as the American New Year, and we're getting things ready. So we had to get the house ready,
Well, man, listen, Danny.
Things clean.
If I can get everything together, man, I'm coming to Japan. Maybe LC will come with me, but I'm coming to Japan. I'm telling you. So get ready.
Come on, man.
So get ready.
Come on, we getting things ready, man.
What you said.
Getting things ready over here,
guys. With that being said, we're gonna close it down right there today. And like always, guys, we gotta say it. We need you to hit the subscribe button, like button, notification bell,
and the notification.
Right. It only takes a fraction of a second, guys. A fraction of a second, and it's totally free. I promise you.
Free.
And when we get to where we think we're going to get to, guys, don't worry, because we give back. You understand what I'm saying? You will see what I'm talking about. So, guys, listen. We'll come at y'all again before New Year's, but just in case we don't, because life has a way of lifing. If everybody have a good New Year, stay out of trouble. Let's bring this 2025 in with a bang. Stick to what some of our pledges, what we say we're gonna do, which I never do, but I'm gonna try it this year. So with that being said, Danny, man, I'm gonna send you some stuff. Text message, and then we're going to talk about it on the other side.
All right,
my friend.